Hello, computer.
Hello, computer.
Good evening, computer.
We are back. It's another episode. It's a special episode. Not that type of special where you need a wheelchair, but special nonetheless.
All right, Lex, calm down.
Fucking Lord,
No,
that
fuck,
boss over
fuck
here.
that motherfucker.
Oh,
Fucking
poor Al.
Killed Miss
Algorithms are
Elizabeth.
dead.
And
Mongo!
we got a bunch that fell down at the same time.
Perfect
Good, that is.
timing. Drop it now.
Literally hit that intro music. Oh wait, wrong show, or is it? Moving on, we're covering
Anyway.
WWE Clash at the Castle, or as they would say in Welsh, Liberty. That was
That's
Clash.
all, folks.
That was Clash. That was the word Clash.
It's good. That was good.
The word "the" is broke up. At and the are abiadio, and castle is castle.
I love the Welsh language.
What's
It's
your
amazing.
favourite Welsh word?
Headloo is police.
Wrong.
But there was some strange signs, like even like pedestrian walking, for example, or pedestrian crossing, whatever it fucking said. It makes no sense to me. I am down in Wales quite often these days. There is a lovely promotion called No Mercy Wrestling that is absolutely fantastic. There's your plug, boys. Absolutely love it down there. But when I'm fucking driving and I'm seeing these road signs, it is just mental. And then they can't make their mind up. Sometimes it's English then Welsh. Sometimes it's Welsh then English. Pick a fucking lane. Pick a lane.
I think that makes it fun for them, though, isn't it? It's just like, I'm just going to fuck with the English.
They're just ribbing us.
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
No, I don't blame them either. We rib them all the time.
Yeah.
So, out of curiosity, who are you anyway, Rob?
Yeah, good question.
I am Rob Campbell.
I am your bastard, Craig Challoner.
Daniel, when can I get that shirt on sale? I mean, because you couldn't have Wyatt on the network. So what's going on with that? Cornfield? If you know,
and we'll get into that and a lot more during this episode. But yeah, we are here to cover WWE Clash at the Castle that took place on September the 3rd, 2022. Fucking hell,
it's 2022.
A modern review. That's absolutely fantastic. It took place in Cardiff, Wales, in the Principality Stadium. And that's probably the first and last time I'm going to say that correctly, in front of 62,296. Obviously, no pay-per-view figures. It was on the WWE Network for us in the UK, Peacock, and all that good stuff around the world. Okay.
It's that time.
It's that time. It is that time.
This is the grand unveiling.
I just thought I'd slip it in.
That's what she said.
Yeah, she did. Don's always watching.
Craig, why did you take a picture of yourself?
I figured, why bother photoshopping with you, McIntyre? I could just take a picture of me holding a sword.
Yeah.
I mean,
I get the feeling some.
I look
pretty
like...
good. That's not to say you don't look good, Rob. I'm just a bit concerned that somebody.
I feel I'm all party at the front though.
It's very mullet. I was going to adjust it, but then I was like, I like it.
Funny. Yeah, make it funny. I like it.
It looks like if Roman Reigns was wearing like a picture of your face, like when you get to pop world and like you can become like Jennifer Aniston or something.
Mate, I'm thinking Texas Chainsaw Massacre moment. This is like Leatherface gone over there, cut your face off and stuck it on.
Oh, fucking love that. Love everything about it.
Oh.
Yeah,
acknowledge
I didn't really do a lot. I cut my head out and put it down, and I went, "Oh, that fits.
That fits. It works. You look great on Drew McIntyre's body, by the way.
I'd definitely stroke myself. Where I was
Well,
like, I couldn't leave Don out, so I had to put him in there watching us.
check out Slamboree for more information on that. Um, so the last time that the WWE hosted a stadium pay-per-view, as we know, he's recently covered SummerSlam 1992 episode that took place at Wembley in London in front of 80,000. So a little bit under there. But do we know when the last pay-per-view took place in the UK, boys?
No.
Insurrection 2001.
Oh, you're right with the brand, the name, the gimmick of Insurrection. It took place in 2003 in Newcastle,
Ooh.
England, in front of 10,000 people at the Telewest Arena, of all places, where Triple H, who was the World Heavyweight Champion, defeated Kevin Nash for the World Heavyweight title in a street fight. Triple H had Ric Flair in his corner. Kevin Nash had Shawn Michaels in his corner.
But he was going to say doctors for his knees.
No, Will Ospreay's providing that these days, apparently.
Using his feathers as splints. I like it.
So before we get into the show, let's talk about the dark match that took place on the pre-show. By the way, I was there. Elephant in the room.
There's no need to call yourself an elephant.
I would say.
You ain't that big.
Besides,
I mean,
Thanks, man.
you know,
I've had a lot of pasta today, so
maybe a rhino, but I wouldn't go as far as elephant.
yeah, I'm all right with rhino. That's good. That is.
Also, they've got the wrong dragon on. It's not a dragon. Like I'm watching it today, and I was like, "That's not a fucking dragon. It's a wyvern." Like, get fucked. So I'm
There you go.
Thank you for your input. Daniel, I just said a random dead thing, Cornfield.
Man, don't give away my house.
Bizarre!
I feel like you need to contact Fish and Game and let them know.
Let them know. Please let them know. Also, this hasn't been pointed out on camera yet. I am on location at Casa de Perrins. Thank you for letting me host the podcast from here this
forgot
week.
That. I could have popped up. I could have actually
Yeah.
I might still pop up later.
Nah,
give me about
just turn up in the window.
Just let me in.
If I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window.
Hey.
So the dark match.
You slapped me, you bastard. IT code.
with the way that the weather's been this week.
I just put a bit of lippy and a bit of mascara. We can go.
I would let you in.
I wouldn't blame you.
Open cheeks and everything.
Rolling pin over the back of the head, and the rest is mine. So the opening pre-show match, cough cough, nudge nudge, was a 6-man tag team match between Madcap Moss and the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. They defeated Money in the Bank holder Austin Theory and Alfred Academy, consisting of Chad Gable and Otis. That was after 6 minutes 29 seconds by pinfall. It felt quick. It was a nice match to warm people up. If I'm honest with you, I enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm not giving it a star rating because it was a dark match, but I did enjoy it.
I watched this. I thought it was all right. It did seem
good.
quite a quick match, but it's dead good, and I love Gable, so that helps.
Yeah, underrated as fuck.
Gable's quality.
Cheers. I like Austin Theory as well. I think he's genuine.
Know that he's found his first name again.
A lot of people have. I think they left him in the box or something.
Tommaso Ciampa's got his first name back.
Yeah,
must have been in the box of gimmicks, man.
Yeah,
Riddle now has a mat involved.
He does. Yeah. Seth's no longer fricking.
Yeah.
Well, on this pay-per-view, according to them, he was.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Maybe he hadn't sent the memo
just
yet.
He's just a Seth.
Yeah.
Seth
He's
Rollins.
just a sexy Seth.
Sexy Seth Rollins and all his Elton John get up. We'll get there.
Oh. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Also, before we get there, I loved the entranceway.
Yeah, good.
This to me had a Madison Square Garden feel to it.
Yeah,
because how close the entrance was with the low arch and everything. Like the fans could legit spit and slap on a motherfucker if they wanted to.
Yeah.
As soon as they come in, I really like that.
Yeah, it's good to be so up close, intense, and personal. Being
so up close and personal that you was, where was you seated? Because this is my question.
Rob wasn't really there because we kept seeing it. Like Marie kept taking pictures of the TV and he wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
She kept pointing out that wasn't him.
Okay.
So I was, facing the entranceway, but to the right hand side of it. So if I'm looking at it, I was not the ground tier. I was the next tier off the ground.
Oh, okay.
And I was a little bit under the second tier. So the second tier overlapped, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So you're nearer the back of the first tier.
Yeah, I was probably about 8 rows from the back of that tiered section.
Okay.
But I genuinely don't think there would have been a bad seat in the house. The only thing I couldn't see fully from where I was the main Dragon Castle screen thing. I could see the bottom of it, but couldn't see it all. So, but the stadium, in all fairness to the stadium, they did have TVs on that tiered section in each one. So you could watch it if the ring was too far away for people or whatever the case might be. You had a telly there. However, there was a bit of delay. That was my only complaint really about the TV. So it was off-putting to get used to, because you were cheering out of time if you were watching a telly. So I chose to watch the ring, and it was easy enough to make out. When obviously a lot of the outside action happened, that was harder. But like the most iconic one, I suppose, of the night was Sheamus, and you could see that clearly. So that was fine.
You was in the similar area to Tom, weren't you?
Literally, like I met up with Tom at the pub. Obviously, where else are we going to meet? In pretty much the town centre. So everything was so close to the stadium. The atmosphere, by the way, in Cardiff was incredible. That everybody's walking around, they're having a good time. Most people are in wrestling shirts. They're either drinking at a bar or they're just walking around and soaking it all in. There was a camera, like when at the beginning of SummerSlam '92, I was so tempted. I said to Sonny G, his wife, and Jacob, who travelled with me, I was like, guys, one of us should go on that camera and say, Drew McIntyre's gonna win, whether he wants to or not.
You and about 2,000 people have had the exact same idea.
Exactly. There was some geezer.
Drew McIntyre gonna win. The cue's there. Just
there was a geezer walking around like a macho man. I was happy with the cosplay. Can't knock it. Think it's great. I'd love to do it. What I'm gonna knock a little bit from the fans' perspective. This might sound like a little one. It might sound like a big one. It might just sound like I'm being a fucking grumpy old man dick. But do you know what? Walking around with a replica title belt is fucking stupid. You look like a fucking cunt. I hate to break it to you. You look like an absolute fucking dweeb. It looks like you've spent 10 years sucking your mum's tits for her to buy that belt for you. Grow up, leave it at home, come and enjoy yourself, and go home. Don't bring the belt, because you ain't going to defend it. You ain't going to say, oh, shall I fight him for it? Oh, shall I? No, you shouldn't. You should go home, stick a finger in your bum, like you normally do, and go to sleep. You virgins, you absolute virgins. Another rant.
And that's the second shoot promo of the week where it might get someone in hot water, but enough about that for now.
The second rant was we had some cockneys behind us, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And in fact, I'm going to save this one.
It's just going to be for a break.
You won't have to wait long. but I'm going to save this one.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Do it. Let's go.
let's
Right.
go. So the first match was class. We're into the opener of the show now. The opener of the show is it's another 6-person tag. It's a 6-woman tag team match. He's Damage Control, consisting of Bailey, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky, taking on the team of the Raw Women's Champion. I think I've got that right.
Yeah.
Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, hot damn, and Asuka. Yeah, fucking hell. What? So, this match was great. In ring, great. I think when you watch it back on the network, I've watched 2 matches back on the network. I'm not going to lie to you. Earlier on in the week was this one and the next one. Haven't watched anything else back. The rest of it is all going to be a shoot from me, from what was there. So watching it back, Bailey very much walked everyone through this. Dakota Kai mainly.
You could see. See.
Yeah. And I'm not knocking that. I think that's great. For me, this was all about Bailey. One song and one song only. Hey, hey, Bailey.
Ooh. Ah.
I want to know if you'd be my girl. Hey, and it went on
going.
and on and on. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I loved it. The atmosphere was amazing. It was, whether she's a heel or not, it does not matter.
Yeah.
The match was good. Bailey goes over, clearly going after the Raw Women's title. She defeats Bianca Belair. Yes, it took the 3 finishing moves to do so as such, but she won. 2.5 stars.
I'll start. Don't know much to add to that. I had exactly the same. Bailey was clearly the general here. Like it was obvious in parts. I love Dakota Kai. I think she's amazing.
Yeah.
But when her and Bianca Belair were in the ring together,
Very awkward.
there was a lot of telegraphing, quite a bit of telegraphing for me. But it was still such a good it was a great opener as far as I'm concerned. I got 2 stars for this.
No, I really enjoyed this match. I love the story that, okay, so you've got 3 former women's champions on the other team, but you've got an actual team who work together.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to actually hit in multiple women moves, like tag and even triple team moves, I like that as a storytelling thing. And I think, again, we see that later in the night. I like the finish. And yeah, I think they made a point to say on commentary that's the first time that Bianca's been pinned in just under a year. I think 300 days or something near to that.
Yeah.
So Bailey has a distinction of beating someone that's nearly a year undefeated. So they're definitely set up for that. 2 stars though. It was a really good opener. And the crowd seemed up for it.
Oh, yeah.
Rob and his singing.
Oh,
which you can get on vinyl from our new web store. Send it to the PO box if you want more information about that.
10% off?
If you want 10% off, use the code HOTTAG10.
Yes. Nice. Brilliant. And look, I said I've only watched 2 matches back on the network, so I'll point them out now because I think the commentary team of Michael Cole, Byron Saxton, and Corey Graves did a fucking great job on the 2 matches that I've listened to, and I'm sure that continued throughout the night. But the main reason that I'm saying that is because they told stories about people as well.
Yeah.
They named referees again. I know this has been a thing since Triple H's. Obviously, he's now chief content creator, I believe. His title has now changed to.
As of yesterday, he was announced.
But we know this has been going on since Vince has retired. So all these good little additions that are making comebacks or just having a bit more freedom to tell us who Dakota Kai is and what she did in NXT. And who Io Sky is and her relationship with Asuka and things like that. They were really big for me, like on someone that watches probably just events these days, if I'm honest. I don't follow Raw, SmackDown as much. I might catch a top 10 here or there. Or Craig will tell me something awesome's happened and then I'll go and watch it. and that's pretty much how it works for me these days. So that was really, really good.
I'll definitely piggyback on that with the commentary. because this has been a big thing since Triple H just took over. The tables have seemed so much more relaxed, and they feel more natural now. This now feels more JR and King. Let's use them, or Taz and Michael Cole. It feels more that now, and I think Byron Saxton and fucking Corey Graves together are so fucking good.
Yeah,
so good together. They're brilliant. They work. They bounce off each other great. And Michael Cole was that perfect fucking cheese slice in the middle of those beautiful bits of bread, because it just added up so well. When they're left to do it, people piss on Michael Cole a lot, but Michael Cole, when he's left to do his job, he's so good.
Yeah,
he's so good.
All them virgins with belts now are wanking over him, though, aren't they? So,
well, they didn't get to know, did they? They've had to listen to, oh, that's an armbar. No, it's not. No, that's not an armbar. That is Snickers are doing a new chocolate today. Like, that's what they've had to put up with for fucking so long. And now they're getting the real feel of everything now. It's...
When someone goes for the food, you bar a Snickers double decker. Oh, man, great. Great finish to that match, remember?
Brilliant. Okay, fantastic. So next up, we got the Intercontinental Championship on the line as Gunther defends the title with his boys. He is flanked by not one Ludwig Kaiser, but two in Giovanni Vinci, meaning the Imperium are now back together. He's defending the Intercontinental title against Sheamus, who is with the Brawling Brutes, Ridge Holland and Pete Dunne, because I refuse to call him Butch.
Also, speaking of people putting their name into the gimmick hat and picking out a name, do you think Butch should really look into it and goes, yeah,
I think they've got to tell it in a certain way. Like, I
his
feel...
nickname, and just say it was his nickname. Like the lads called him Butch, and like after a while he went, nah, just call me Pete, mate. We're good now.
I feel like he should start making a bit of a change in the way that he's acting, sort of thing. Sheamus starts calling... I'd like Sheamus to turn heel and Pete to go, you know what? I ain't Butch. I'm the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. Yeah. And just attack him, sort of thing. Like... And then there we go. We're off to the races with a rivalry, and a damn good one, if you ask me. I think
you could do
Pete Dunne and Sheamus would be great.
I think if you could do that with him and Gunther, and him doing the thing that he did with Tyler Bate at World Melts Collide, where it was like, look, you're doing this for like European wrestling. Remember who you am. Remember who you're fighting for. Yeah. It's like, you're not a Butch. You're Pete Dunne. You're one of the toughest opponents I've ever been in the ring with. I'd love to see that. Them two again on the main roster would be killer, but aside the point.
Again, Sheamus could do that with him as well. Like, even so, just Sheamus literally sitting down, because he's got this chaotic fucking scrappy dude. It's fucking scrappy dude. This is what Vince wanted. He wanted a little fucking pitbull scrappy dude, and he didn't get it with AJ like he wanted. He didn't get it with fucking Neville. When Neville was there, because he wanted him as the little fucking Mighty Mouse bastard thing, didn't he? He didn't get it. So Pete Dunne stepped up and he was like, all right, I'll do it. I'll be that little scrappy bastard. Now, this is Sheamus' chance now, because people are fucking talking about this match now.
Yeah.
Like non-stop. Oh, yeah. And this is Sheamus' chance now to fucking sit on that camera with Pete Dunne sitting down and go, look, motherfucker, be you.
Yeah.
Take it. This is your opportunity now. Fucking take it.
Take that cap off your fucking head and don't put on knee pads, you silly bitch.
And he's already transitioned on SmackDown the night before Clash at the Castle against Ludwig into Pete Dunne singlet, no knee pads. So he's already performed like that. But it's just finishing off the pieces to the puzzle now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway,
what a match.
Let's talk about this fucking match, man.
What a fucking brawl. You talk about a brawl. This is the definition of two big, strong boys whacking fuck out of one another for people's entertainment and the Intercontinental Championship. So obviously just before this, we were shown Bret the Hitman Hart. Just to touch on that, it was great that he was there. I was disappointed. He looked that way.
The woman behind him
did-
looked
did-
that way.
Did Harry Styles spit on Chris Pine? Who knows? These
I thought
are
you threw a ghost.
these are questions that will probably never be answered. However, good reference, right? Pop culture, yay!
I like that. Pop culture.
Yay!
We're not
And
Um,
if he didn't
stamping
spit
the
on it,
show.
why did he get a throw punch?
Exactly. There
In
you
fairness,
go.
I saw a video of him throwing a goat on him,
Nice.
and I was like, okay, CGI, but I'd love that to have happened more. Just having like a random dead goat and just throwing it on his lap.
Venice would have probably appreciated it. But yeah, this match is a bit special, to be honest with you. What I was saying about the Bret Hart thing is it was a disappointing thing that we didn't get Bret's music or a walk to the ring, 30 years after SummerSlam, even to present the title match or do something. Do you know what I mean? I was
the belt
gutted.
at the end.
I was
That'd be
gutted.
nice.
There you go. I was gutted that Taker, didn't make an appearance in as he was in Cardiff. I was gutted that Shawn Michaels didn't make an appearance because, again, he's going to be there. You would expect him to be there, road aging something or producing something. But and the reason that I mentioned those three in particular is because they performed on SummerSlam 92. They were there in Wembley. They had matches. And Bret arguably, obviously, in the main event, match of the night sort of thing, whatever. But we didn't get any of that. But that's the moaning that I'm going to do there. This is where I'm going to...
Before you move on from that, with Bret, about Bret, you do get a lot when people do turn up and make appearances like that, where they'll sit there for that appearance and fuck off.
Yeah.
Bret was there throughout.
He was there all day, wasn't he? He was planning...
He was there throughout.
The Roman Reigns Drew McIntyre match by the looks of it with Michael Hayes and co putting it together.
Mate, he was. I remember spotting him later on. I don't know if it was the next match or the Judgment Day Edge match, and he's sitting there and he's talking to the person next to him like he's giving pointers, but he's telling him what's going well and stuff. And I like the fact that he stayed for the show and watched. Actually, watched as a fan.
He loves the product. You can tell.
He loves wrestling.
Good. Yeah,
that's what it is. Yeah, I did enjoy that. Continue.
We need more people like that, don't we? Charles Montgomery Punk. But yeah, this is a good match. This is where I'm going to tell you the Cockney story. So we had a row of Cockneys behind us, and they were vocal, but they were dicks at the same time. Like they were dicks. They weren't my kind of people. Put it that way. I'm having a great time. I'm having a few beers. Jacob's first ever live WWE event. What an event he fucking picked, eh? All because he wanted to see Rey Mysterio. He's Rey Mysterio's biggest fan, and he got to do that, which is great. I've seen Rey quite a few times, not to brag or anything, but moving on. These Cockney cunts,
yes,
right?
Keep going.
This match obviously was great. So when the crowd appreciated it for what it was, with a "This is awesome" chant, one of them had the audacity to say, "Low standards." Low standards. I turned round and politely said, "Let the beer flow. Enjoy it for what it is. You're in the crowd."
Yeah, you ain't getting this for another 30 years. Fuck off.
Literally. Low
me.
standards.
What the fuck does he enjoy if that was not it?
Flippy shit, probably.
Basically, he's Dave Meltzer.
It wasn't in the Tokyo Dome, so it weren't any good for him.
No.
Mate.
Exactly.
I don't even have words.
I'm going to say wrestling has opinions and everyone's entitled to them.
Yeah.
Except yours is wrong.
Yeah.
Bear in
fucking
mind.
colostomy bag.
Everyone can have their own opinion, but if it's going to be a wrong one, we're going to tell you.
Yeah.
We are going to tell you.
Yeah. Opinions like shit, we're full of them. Some people more so than others.
And bear in mind, right, this was match 2 of the main card. Yeah. So we know that like the women's title is up next, and then we know Edge is going to be on, and the reaction for Edge we'll get to. It was incredible, but by that time, the row of Cockneys had not returned; they had disappeared. I later have come to believe that they were kicked out for fighting.
What a surprise.
Tom witnessed some fighting going on. Mentioned a girl with red hair. I went, oh, she was part of the company row behind me. Fantastic. Karma.
Fucking arseholes.
I hope you enjoyed Progress or TNT, you cunts, because you weren't at Clash at the Castle for very long.
I hope they were the fuckers that re-brought tickets rather than getting them on initial sale. So they paid 3 times the amount and then only got to see 2 matches.
Oh, I love that. That's great.
Speaking of just random things from the thing, I feel like we're totally not getting to this match. My cousin was there. Hey, Klopp, how you doing? He messaged me just out of the blue to say, oh, I've just seen a family of 4 wearing some certain merchandise.
Yeah.
Which made me laugh. And I was like, I know a gentleman who's up there. I'm pretty sure he's up there with his family. Thank you for that, Tom.
Yeah.
You made my cousin so happy.
Great job wearing Black Country Championship Wrestling merch to the big show, to the little show in Cardiff. I also wore mine, which I'm wearing tonight, actually.
Good
so
choice.
There you go. It's great.
Good
somewhere.
This match.
Great match. 3.5 stars.
I absolutely loved everything about this match. Start to finish, this match was fucking amazing for me. I've got nothing bad to say about this. Like, I've got nothing I can add to this. I just loved it. 4 stars for me.
The one thing I think with this match that no one gives credit to, I love the beginning. When you've got Imperium and the Brutes in there.
Stare off.
And they have the fight. And then it's just Gunther and Sheamus. It's like in a film, you know, like when the good guy and the bad guy are standing there, like everyone's fighting around.
Chaos
like
around.
And they're just stoic, like, I'm going to fucking lever you.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jackie Chan in some shit film.
Yeah. Like, you know, this match reminded me of in a weird way. It reminded me of King of the Ring final, Brock Lesnar versus Test.
Wow.
I love a house battle, like 2 big lads who just beat shit out of each other. And I love this match. 4 stars. Like,
Beautiful.
Give me more of this. Give me more of this style. I love fucking just straight up beat fuck out of each other for the fun.
Absolutely beautiful. What a time to be alive.
And that after bit for Sheamus as well. There is the standing ovation at the end.
Yeah.
Mate, I don't know what it was like being in there. That's got to have been amazing because coming through my speakers, it was fucking insane.
Yeah.
There was so many.
I felt like standing up.
Yeah.
And I was in my living room.
There were so many moments throughout the night. Well, you listen here, Marie. I told you to fuck off once. I'll tell you to fuck off again. I sent her the video of Edge's entrance from where I was sat, and she went, "You've just robbed that on Facebook." It was funny.
But I was sitting in bed watching fucking what was we watching? Fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Which one?
When you were sending that? That was watching the original. Shooting the breeze. Carry on.
Yeah, okay. We'll shoot the breeze. We'll shoot the breeze on that one. If you haven't checked out Shooting the Breeze, that's what you can watch on YouTube, where we talk about our lives and horror
You've already seen that bit.
Football. And football, yeah. So 19 minutes 33, and that's what I loved about this card, by the way, is people got time. I know I didn't probably give the 6 women tag match time, but that was 18 minutes 44. But it didn't feel out of place, and you didn't feel exhausted for it. However, after those 2 big matches, the crowd were exhausted. and
I
that
think you
that
noticed it in this one.
showed for the third match on the main card, which was for the SmackDown Women's Championship. It was Shayna Baszler challenging Liv Morgan, and as I say, the crowd unfortunately were exhausted. They needed a bit of a rest, and this was the match to bring them down a little bit, because the next three were not going to bring the crowd down at all, for very different reasons. But this still was a good match. It went 11 minutes and 2 seconds. Jacob, who was with me, said the only thing that I want out of this match is Liv to be competitive, for her not to job like she did with Ronda Rousey. And we got that. We got that plenty. And Liv Morgan actually walked away with the victory. She's still the SmackDown's Women's Champion. As I say, it was a solid enough match, but not compared to the rest of the card. 1.5 stars.
Yeah, this got killed because how good the previous match was.
Absolutely.
And I love Liv for so many reasons.
So many reasons.
So many reasons. Sorry, Marie, would cheat.
All the reasons.
For,
you get permission, you get pass.
Honestly, I reckon I'd get a pass for that one, to be fair.
I do.
She'd probably beat me to it.
No.
But
join in.
She said yeah.
Triple threat action.
But yeah, I love this. The belly to back into the kick to the chest on Liv. Liv sold it like she was dead across the bottom rope. It was dead nice. I love that. And throughout the match as well, fucking Liv working towards Shayna's arm. And it was a constant story. Like watching this like on the TV, because obviously it's going to be a bit different perspective for you watching it there. We could see that Liv was working that arm throughout the match. She was working towards that moment. Yeah, you heard that. She was working towards that moment, and I did enjoy that. It was just unfortunate the way it fell in position, but it was the right match to go after that. No other match should have followed that. That was the right one. But I still enjoyed it. The cold breaker into the oblivion, dead nice finish. 1.5 stars.
Firstly, Shayna Baszler's gear is a Warhammer 40k reference, which I watched this with a friend of the show, Captain, and he's like, I've seen that gear, and he like straight away, I think it's the Burning Crusaders, if you're a 40k fan. So I was like, okay, this is interesting. So I tried to keep up with whose gear was sort of.
I love you. You're such a geek. I love it.
Like, we need geeks. It's good.
It just the passion on your face, talking, the smile from ear to ear, talking about the gear of Shayna Baszler. That is why I love you.
Yeah, nothing else, just that.
Amongst many other reasons. Sorry. Many other reasons, but fuck me, that was great.
No, other than that, you're a cunt. Like
you are what you eat. You are what you eat. But no, I actually really enjoyed
You've got
match.
red on you.
Again. What I loved about this match though was like a little bit of stuff like media. So like apparently Liv had trained with Matt Riddle, because she was like, right, I keep getting caught in this clutch. Can you train me to get out of it? And it's little pieces like that. I just like watching the extended meters stuff. Yeah. So when she got caught in the, I forgot how to pronounce it, the rear naked choke, the clutch, she got out of it or she reversed it. I was like, that's just a little bit of storytelling, and I like that. That Oblivion move as well. Never seen her use it because I don't watch the normal stuff, and I actually really like that move. I might steal it. But no, it was a good match. It like Craig said, just a shame position of the show, because this was a good match. 2 stars. I really enjoyed it.
Nice. And you can see the theme of this card. It only goes up from here now. I am going to take a stab in the dark and say our lowest rated match of the night. There will be no 0-star shooting of whiskey here tonight.
That's why we just have to drink our own stuff tonight.
There we go.
Choice. So, boys, just a quick break. What is everyone drinking tonight?
I had a huge glass of orange juice that is nearly empty.
I've opened a bottle of Di Serrano.
That was before we started recording. I can clarify that. I saw the still get broken.
That's
And
what she said.
And I'm on piss poor boost.
Nice. 39p bottle.
Fuck, it's £2 for a pound, mate.
Fucking hell.
Well, that's gone up. Fucking hell.
It has, mate.
Inflation in this country is a joke.
During the break, this is like a whole political thing.
For our American fans out there, because we do have them.
We do.
I've spoke to some.
Wow, brilliant. I love that.
Yeah. Who would have thought it?
Holy
We've
shit.
crossed the water.
Holy.
The pond has been crossed.
Can we have our tea bags?
I've got a question for you people across there. Do you even know what we're saying?
Do you watch us with subtitles?
Yeah, they do.
Auto captions.
Nice.
It's a good job we don't speak with heavy accents. I don't think our accents are that bad.
Grace.
No, I mean, it could be worse. I mean, let's face it, you're from fucking Dudley. He's from Birmingham and I'm from Walsall. So believe me, it could be a lot fucking worse.
Birmingham. Grace.
Oh, he's going on, He's going on. I can't do the accent to save my life.
We all sell ourselves. It just depends which part of the body we're selling, Grace.
Well, I'm selling the fucking meat.
All of the meat as we move on.
All the meat, all the drama, all the gimmicks,
all of it. All of it. There is a tag team match to talk about.
Oh.
The tag team match that we're talking about are the Judgment Day, that consisted of Finn Balor and Welsh's new favourite son, if you've seen the BT advert, including Damien Priest.
Mate, that was brilliant.
I loved it. It was so good.
I loved it when he was shearing sheep.
Just when that little bloke, like 5 foot tall bloke, walks like Galivina, and it's just like, what the fuck was it?
Like when he's
do all right here, he will.
Literally, when he's checking into his Airbnb and that, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I just want to shag sheep. That's all I'm here for." Brilliant. He'll fit right in. But anyway, Welsh's new favourite son, Damien Priest, the dominatrix Rhea Ripley, accompanies them to the ring.
Modern day China. And I'm
to take on the team, and you are right, of Edge and Rey Mysterio with Eddie's favourite son, Dominic Mysterio. Who's your papi?
Right, so
I'd let it be my papi.
I'm gonna say, so again, because you was in the arena for this, what was it like to be there with everyone singing Edge's theme music? Because it sounded quite anthemic.
Fuck you, Jericho is all I thought when that was happening.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see them, but they're there. I have all of the bumps that are goosey. It was incredible. Like, you know, if you could watch the Royal Rumble for the first time when he made his comeback and go, fucking
no
hell.
idea he's coming back.
You know, when you transport to that time, and you know how you reacted then. This has got to be the closest thing to that. Since he's come back, this has got to be the closest thing, because we just give him, and I mean him specifically, everything. The match was fine, and we give the match a lot, but Ray was really overshadowed, which is a shame for Ray because he's an absolute legend in his own right.
Yeah.
Finn's fucking Irish, for God's sake. You know, look at the reaction we give Sheamus. Look at the reaction that we give Drew McIntyre. But Finn, you bastard, you're a heel. Do you know what I'm saying? Your parents are laughing at you because you're having a wrestle in.
Oh, mate,
I love
that was fucking amazing.
Oh, it was great. It was great. And do you know what? That would be, my dad does it fucking now. So no, and you can imagine them sitting there in some social club in Ireland, watching him when he was Fergal, just fucking laughing their heads off in his little pants, having a wrestle, and they're just doing the same now. Nothing's changed. It's great. It's fantastic.
One thing I loved about this, is to interrupt, just on this sort of point, when they was talking about how he once wrestled in Wales for 60 people to then go to 60,000.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
You think about the hot dog and a handshake compared to the payday.
Yeah. I'm just here for the exposure. I'm just here for the experience of the match.
You looked at it though. I know it's not a pop as like, you know, we love you kind of pop. But the reaction that Judgment Day got was what they wanted. It was the right reaction. And fucking Finn, like, we all love fucking Finn Balor. Like, we hate him because we have to, but we fucking love him. But Rhea Ripley working the fucking people through that, she was just amazing.
She made the best
had
of what job she had to do.
And so did Balor and Damian Priest as well, to a degree. Whenever they were on the apron, they worked with her to work that crowd, and they worked it so fucking well. People hated them. Genuinely hated Rhea Ripley, and it was brilliant. Fucking fantastic it was.
It's almost like she's worked shows before where she was like, okay, a bit small, I need to get a reaction out of the crowd. I'll play it up. But that's what, even whether it's 60 people or 60,000, play the crowd. Work to the crowd. And it shows, because that crowd were hot. This, I would say Edge's entrance was the first monster pop of the night. I think you get one or two more in the night, but this is the first one I noticed when, holy shit, that crowd.
Like, I think Bailey counts in
Bailey's
a way.
Bailey got like a love just throughout, but that
I think she got the pure love reaction.
I think Gunther and Sheamus, that, you know, I think
I was going to say,
loud in that one.
They got an end one. They got like a fucking standing.
Yeah, I was going to say they got the explosion at the end, didn't they?
Yeah.
When that went free, people didn't give a fuck who was winning that. It didn't matter, because
this was the first time. This was the first time when someone came out and they got that reaction, though.
Yeah,
and well-deserved reaction as well. Also, loved Edge's mask.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh god, it was amazing.
Fucking what a luchador! He even did a 619, didn't
he? That was not bad. 619.
618. I don't know.
519.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe a bit under the area code of 619, but ultimately it was a solid enough match where Ed and Ray picked up the victory. I think it was good, and I think the turn bumps it up half a star for me. So I'm giving it 3 stars.
I completely agree. Like, it was an okay match. It wasn't awful, but the reaction made this so much better than what was actually going on in the ring.
Yeah.
There was a few moments that look, if you want to be nitpicky, there was a few moments that did look a bit off.
Yeah.
Like Edge throwing Ray over the ropes. Like Edge held on to, like, watching on the TV, Edge held on to Ray for ages. Like, you ready? Yeah.
You got him, right?
You ready? Cool. That's what it felt like. And I'm like, this is 2 people, well, 4 people. Damian Priest, he's been doing this for a while now as well.
Yeah.
This is 4 people. They know what the fuck they're doing. And that, like, there was little moments like that throughout this match. And that kind of dropped it for me. So for me, initially, this was a 2.5 star. But that turn, we knew it was coming. That turn gave it an extra half star for me, which pushed it to 3.
I think it was a solid enough match. Again, what I was saying, this is the one match where I thought it didn't work as well, because obviously the Judgment Day are like a modern team. But as I said on commentary, Edge and Ray have held tag belts together. It's not the first time they've teamed up. Granted, it's been like 10 years since, but they've got some tricks. But I think this is the first time where it was like, okay, it was a bit clunky in parts, but you've got 4 world-class athletes in there. 4 world-class wrestlers. It was a good match. And, you know, what do I need to say about the turn? I gave it 3. I really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed
beautiful.
This.
What a match. What a match. And we're going to continue saying that. So
yeah,
we're on to...
anyone, just quick question. Have you ever kicked someone so hard on the balls you have to take your shoes off?
Oh.
Can we just talk about the turn quickly? Let's not overgloss the turn.
No, let's think it. He kicked him that hard in the balls. One shoe fell off, and then he went, well, you know,
it's going to look weird otherwise.
It'll be weird if I left one on. So he opted to take the other one off. The other one was right next. He could have put it back. Nah.
And that clothesline sounded very similar to that slap. Like, he laid that line in on his dear old papa.
Who's your pappy?
His dad.
Rhea Ripley.
I'd happily adopt her.
Rhea Ripley or Liv Morgan?
Liv Morgan. Oh, we both answered that so quick.
Yeah, there was no hesitation. I was like, This is my lane. I'm dying on this hill. I will die on this hill.
And I'm going to go right down the middle and take the pair of them.
You greedy cunt.
Good luck.
I'm
Good
at the
luck.
all-you-can-eat buffet for a reason, boys.
You know what? You know what? I know you're like a fucking rhino damaging motherfucking sex beast, but I don't think you could handle both of those women.
I don't think you'd handle Liv Morgan, let alone Rhea Ripley.
He's thinking about it.
He's weighing up the options.
He's like, could I? I don't know.
I need an Indian. So Seth
You know what though? I'd
Rollins-
still take Alexa Bliss over both of them.
Okay. I love that. I love everything about that.
Just throwing that on top of there. There you go.
Asuka and Rhea Ripley for me. I
Just-
couldn't pick. Flip a coin, I'll
just-
be happy with the result.
Just let Marie know that I was there, okay? Thanks. So Seth freaking Rollins, or just Seth Rollins, or the Monday Night Messiah, or all of the Burn It Down, or all of the gimmicks.
Well,
Seth
Elton John.
Rollins, yeah,
It
He's
was
taking
Rocket
on-
Man to fuck.
Yeah,
Rocket
it
Man
was.
to fuck.
Matt Riddle. He's taking on Matt Riddle.
SpongeBob Square Riddle.
He
Again,
was there as Patrick. Loved it.
he was there as Patrick, to be fair. This was a fucking great match again. Another one for very different reasons to Sheamus and Gunther. But it was a really, really solid fucking match. I loved it. It did go 17 minutes, 22 seconds. You've got to check this whole card out, really, ain't you? Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
But this one moves up a notch, 4 stars for me.
Okay. I did really enjoy this. I did love this. The catch by Riddle into the triangle choke was so fucking nice.
Yeah.
So fucking nice. And then Seth hitting the Bo Derek as well, which was just fucking beautiful. I did enjoy that. But I think the thing that I enjoyed with this as well was the head fuck of it. Like the story leading into this was fucking good. Like and letting them do that little angle on Raw.
You
Where
mean
they
the
did
John
the,
Jones
Oh,
Daniel
brilliant.
Cormier thing after the end? Yo, pussy, you
Yeah.
still there?
Are you still there? Exactly. Yeah, mate. That was fucking amazing. Letting him do that shit. And then right at the end, Seth, knowing he was going to get his ass handed to him, went, your wife and your kids don't want nothing to do. He had just to fuck with his head some more to take it over. Oh, it was amazing. I did love this, but I think I enjoyed Sheamus a little bit more. I gave this 3.5.
Yeah, and I think this is it. Like, you know, and before I even hear your rating, Don, I'm going to say to Craig, because I went 3.5 for Sheamus versus Gunther. And, you know, you would probably think that I'd rate that one higher than this one, in all fairness. But I didn't for whatever reason. I found it the other way around. And that's why I've gone 4 on this one and 3.5 on the other one. And you've sort of done the same, if that makes sense.
This is wrestling.
This is wrestling.
Everyone has a preferred style of match. Like you can watch like your death matches, you can watch like your pure wrestling, all this. I loved this as equally as much as the Gunther Sheamus match because it was a different pace. But again, like Craig saying with the whole promo for it, also to see that sort of violent side of Riddle, which is his character wise, he's a very chill dude, like 420 blaze it, I never said a bad word. No. God, not even technical difficult, just human
Just
abilities.
human fucked.
Yeah.
Sorry, boys. Okay, now what a day to be alive.
But the one spot I fucking loved in this match was the superplex from Rollins for Riddle to then hit
Riddle
the Fisherman Buster.
Yeah.
I was like little things like that. It was like these guys have worked before. Like I think I gave the Sheamus and Gunther match 4. I've got to give this 4 as well. This to me was like on any other show would have been a show stealer, but on a show of this high quality, it was like it's just as good.
Yeah, and
I want to see this. And I want to see this feud continue. Now I actually am invested to go. What happens with these two after this?
Well, it is carrying on.
Congratulations! You've actually made me want to watch Raw for a change.
Yeah, Monday Night Raw. It has continued.
Ooh,
Riddle wants the rematch and stuff, and it is going that direction.
good.
But
They can
completely,
definitely
like you say,
they can definitely drag this out. Hell in a Cell, something with a gimmick.
I don't put Seth Rollins in Hell in a Cell. Remember the last time?
No, but like
Mm.
you know what I'm saying. There'll be
Yeah.
some brutal
Stipulation.
this will become a gimmick match.
match. There'll have to be. There'll be a rubber match situation without
Bear
a
in mind,
doubt.
what's the next pay-per-view? Extreme Rules.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
In
So
Philadelphia.
yeah, these two have got to do something.
Yeah.
And like you both said with this as well, this is, I think, this and the Sheamus Gunther match is that match that the two matches that make you go, oh, what side of wrestling do I sit on? And like I put 4 stars down for this initially, and I was like, fuck, did I like this more than or the same as Sheamus and Gunther? Like you said, it's like
Do you think
I
if this
did, but I don't know.
happened in the USA,
Mm.
that Sheamus and Gunther would have got the same reaction?
No, but I don't think initially, but I think the match would have fucking won the crowd.
I think the match, yeah,
I
think
don't
that's a
think it
great.
would have got a standing ovation.
It wouldn't have got the ovation at the end. There's no, I don't think Sheamus would have got the ovation at the end. Although it was deserving. Like,
Deserving.
100%.
take the crowd out. You can watch that match on mute. You can watch this match on mute.
You can,
Yeah.
to be
Like,
fair, put
it's-
these in the lockdown and it put them
Yeah.
in the fucking whatever it was called,
Get them in the
Thunderdome.
vault. Get them in the
These
vault.
two stick them in a fucking vault. That's it.
In a fucking
These
vault.
these
Stick
two
him in Ken
matches could do
Shamrock's
that.
Owen Arts dungeon.
The
But this-
lion's den.
These two matches stood out so much that everyone's fucking talking about
Yeah.
the UK crowd,
Hmm.
the atmosphere in Wales. Like, and
I started
Like-
the RKO chant in my area. Like, I'm not saying that I fully started it for the arena, but in my area, my section, I knew what he was going to do because, spoiler alert, I do it myself. So I started chanting the RKO like a fucking mark, but I let
you
myself become a fan. I
Yeah.
let myself become a fan for this event, and you know that felt very refreshing to be there.
I was
and
going to
do
watching it
ask
quite
about that at the end,
critically.
but I'll drop it in now as we're there anyway. I was going to say, like, how do you watch this? Because like I know you can watch a lot of shows, both of you boys, like, and take it from the perspective as one of the boys because
Yeah.
you are. But like this, you was there, you was part of you was in it.
Yeah,
Did you just forget that moment and become a fan again?
yeah, pretty much. It's been, I can only describe it as being so difficult now to sit there and watch and appreciate wrestling because I've been doing it for so goddamn fucking long and I've met some goddamn fucking egotistical motherfuckers along the way who ruin it for you, who ruin it for you deep down. And I don't treat it, I treat it as a business now. I don't treat it as a hobby or something that I enjoy. It's a business, it's work. That's what wrestling is to me. However, I had a bit of a practice run the last time I was in Wales wrestling. So I was second match on the card at No Mercy. And so a bit of a shoot. The match for me, all my bits were fine. I was happy with what I did. I think the crowd realistically wanted more of me. They were chanting for me, but because it was a triple threat tag team match, you don't always get what you want. It's a bit of a there you go. It's a spot fest. Another team was going over, another babyface sort of team. So you just roll with it. You put them over because it's their debut. You know, that's how it works. But so someone didn't do so well, and they got a very stern telling off backstage, quite rightly so, for what they did during the match. So I just decided to take myself out the locker room for the second half. I went and found an empty seat just by where you can come out, sort of thing, and plonked myself at the back and just watch. And I watched the first match out because someone asked me to watch it and provide feedback. So I did that. But then the last match on the card was Shane Hooker versus Kenny Mantra for the final of the King of the Cobra tournament thing, that they were doing, and it was a great match. It was incredible. Both of them really, really impressed me, and I was able to sit there and watch it as a fan. And although I was watching it for scouting, for example, for Black Country Championship Wrestling as well, I'm pleased to announce that Shane Hooker will be joining us at some point in the near future.
Hey.
December 2nd, Xmas gimmicks, if you will. So it was worth it. It was worth it. And that gave me a bit of practice. So a couple of beers later, being in a stadium, watching a WWE event for the first time in a long time. The last time I would have gone to a WWE event would have been a house show in Birmingham with my nan. And I know for a fact that would have been the last show that I've realistically gone and watched. In fact, I think it was my nan and Bella come along too, actually, and my partner at the time. And I think Dolph Ziggler versus Nakamura was on, and the New Day were on, and other gimmicks, so it was fine. It was all right. But yeah, this I couldn't sit there and watch it like on that night, for example, because it was, my nan could really hardly see. You were describing what was going on, and Bella was all right, but she weren't really interested in it, sort of thing. So, whereas I've gone to a wrestling show with someone who enjoys wrestling. We've had a few beers, and then we get this show, which is a great show. So yeah, I'll just let go and become a fan again, and it was liberating.
Good.
I needed the experience.
I think stuff like that, when you get taken away from something you love so much. I was having a conversation with somebody recently that passed, Mr. Martin himself, and I was saying that sometimes things can get on top of you so much that the thing you love becomes the thing that puts you down, and you need them times where you need to step away from it to come back to it.
Yeah.
And I think moments like that, like you just said, help do that. Howard Finkel, I think, is a big standout on this, and that's going to sound weird because Howard was never out of the business ever, but Howard was the biggest fan of wrestling. Period. There is no person on this planet bigger fan than that man right there. He would sit and watch every match. It doesn't matter if it was a dart match, a non-recording match, a fucking training match. Howard Finkel watched everything, and he loved it. And that gave him the passion when he came to do his ring announcing. And when he couldn't ring announce anymore, that's when he started deteriorating more. But he'd still turn up at shows and he'd try and keep that love. And I think it's holding on to that love sometimes with things that keep everybody ticking as such. So if you are having them low moments, step away to step back in like you did, and it works.
Yeah.
It did. Had a great time. And definitely be looking to go more in the future, that is for sure. But we're on to the main event. And what a main event this was. Because Drew McIntyre, the hometown hero.
Home country hero, let's be accurate about
the
5,000. I would walk 5,000 miles to get to my hometown. Drew McIntyre. He's challenging for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship against the champion of 2 years now. Not both belts, of course, but obviously they were unified along the way. Roman Reigns, as the sign says on the way out of Cardiff. You can visit Roman Reigns near Cardiff. But Roman Reigns, he was there too. And what a fucking match. Like, mate, I was begging for that White Stripes chant all night. Begging for it. I wanted a White Stripes chant. Oh, Drew McIntyre. Oh, Drew McIntyre. And I finally got it, and it was fucking incredible. Roman didn't know what to do with himself, bless him.
That was a hostile crowd for him. And And he played that up. He's like his performance in it, especially in the later part of the match.
Yeah.
Like he fucking sold that so well. Like I think everyone's going to talk about this match as sort of like Drew, but it's like Roman was in there as well. Like he played it perfectly. Everything
Roman
set up.
is the greatest storyteller within WWE at this moment in time.
You know what? People can shit on Roman as much as they want, and I was one of them. That was like, you know what? You're shoving him down my throat. I don't want this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
All
He
done
ain't
it.
that
We've
good.
all done it.
Roman has found his feet, and I'll happily stand up now and say I was one of the people that went fuck you. I don't want him, and he is now at that point now where I'm like, I love you.
Yeah.
I will somehow find a way to have your babies. You are that fucking good at this point. Like he worked that crowd amazing.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah,
a
he did.
fuck you Roman chant.
There was.
Fuck you Roman. That was
There was.
ringing through. And Roman Reigns, he fucking worked him. And he fed it. He kept
When he
feeding
picked
it.
that microphone up,
Oh,
reminded me
mate.
of The Rock, you know, because he
I was
used to
gonna
do
say
that.
I
thing,
was
right?
just going to add that. That was a fucking nod to The Rock, man. Like, pick that mic, tell them people what, bring
God,
it.
if acknowledge me.
Yeah.
It was
You might as well
amazing.
have called us all bitches.
Yeah, he might as well stood there and gone, fuck you.
Yeah.
Because it was perfect. Or he could have just stood there and gone, you're going to say it.
Yeah. What the
It was
funny
amazing.
thing is though, it's a very similar trajectory to The Rock. First come in, babyface, oh he's all right. Shoved down your throat, shoved
Die
down your
Rocky
throat.
die.
Then he finally embraced being a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was that period where it was like, okay, he's the most hated person, but then all of a sudden the crowd were like,
I'm just glad.
begrudgingly.
Yeah, this is the thing. I'm just glad that they made the decision to turn him heel because it was almost like a John Cena thing. Whereas, like at one point, I did hate John Cena to an extent. I think it was when the Miz was on top. Like, let's be honest. So 2011, I was the only guy in a pub cheering for the Miz. At WrestleMania 27, it's the only time I've gone to a pub to watch a wrestling event realistically like that.
territory.
And I'm cheering for the Miz and no one else. Everybody else at 4 a.m. is going.
This guy fucking.
Well, that was a bit flat. Like Cena should have won that. Like, but I'm there going, I'm fucking pumped. Get me another beer. Like, we stopped serving half hour. Well, fuck you. What's the point in opening?
For fuck's sake.
I'm saying.
Flip the tables, the lot.
Literally, I'm out of here. Fuck you, bitches. But yeah, my point is they made the right decision turning Roman on the trajectory, like Don says, like The Rock.
And I'll be honest, when he eventually does become heel, face again, because I can see it happening. He will be the most over face that company's got.
Yeah.
You know what though? I think with how good he is now in this position, I don't want him to.
Yeah.
Not yet. Let him have his run. Let him have a proper run, and then sort of let them feed
JBL, this shit. Go out with people hating you, but going, all right, we love you.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that because he's so good at it.
Yeah. He's found his niche finally, and I'm glad he has.
Yes.
So.
And because of the way, I mean, we're getting into that within the match, but because of the way all his matches are won, it makes it so much better.
Definitely. And
so much better.
This match went 30 minutes, 47 seconds. You know, you wouldn't think it watching it that you just watched half an hour bell to bell. But fuck me, it was great. Austin Theory, he attempted to cash in Money in the Bank. Tyson Fury knocked him out. And then when that fucking spear Claymore combination hit and we thought that we were getting our Bulldog moment, we thought we were getting it.
Baby
the younger cousin of Reigns, Solo Sikoa, or whatever. He's a fucking fatu and he's a bloodline member. It's as simple as that. He gets involved. Fucking Reigns goes over. And that's a wrap, realistically, because there was no need for Fury and McIntyre to sing songs. What a fucking rib that was. 4.5 stars.
Yeah. This was fucking quality. And Broken Dreams at the start of this. Oh, that's one of my
say
favorite.
Goodbye.
entrance musics of all time. That is,
Mm.
I fucking love that. And when that started, I was pouring a drink, and I was down pouring a drink. That first few bars hit, and oh my god, I nearly
How,
come in my own glass.
how good did it
Oh,
feel to watch pay-per-view not at stupid o'clock in the morning?
Oh,
oh, mate, it was
I could,
beautiful.
Mm.
For my kids as well. I could
Mm.
say my kids constantly, they're like, "Oh, can we stay up and watch X pay-per-view?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "No, motherfucker,
No.
you got school in the morning. Well, you've
Mm.
got work. Don't matter." Like it was a moment where I could let my kids stay, like
When
sit
you're
and
an
watch it.
adult, you can make
Yeah,
adult decisions.
you can make stupid decisions like we do when
Tell me
you
about
are
it, but
our age. Until then, but yeah, man, oh, it was so fucking nice to be able to. It's a decent time. I'm drinking at a decent time rather than 3 o'clock in the morning drinking another bottle of Jack Daniels instead of just one. And it was brilliant. And like getting back to the match, it was great. Like I fucking love this. The spine buster into the bridge pin
yeah.
was I fucking love that as well. Absolutely
Mm.
love that. And this was one of them false finish after false finish, but it wasn't them false finish.
Yeah.
It wasn't draw you in. Is this the moment? No, it's not. Is this
Yeah.
the moment? No, this is it. No, fucking hell. And then when he come out, there was no spoiler for this either.
No.
No, nothing that I saw online anyway. I
I
didn't see
think
anything
the
about it, but
conversations that we were having in the car on the way there were Sami Zayn's going to turn and cost
Awesome.
Roman the title. Or what was the other conclusion?
Theory's going to cash in.
No, that come later in the day when we were in Cardiff because I think Tom mentioned that one. But there was another theory in the car as well. But the Zayn one was the popular one that we were going with. But
so
there was no
my big
Zayn,
one.
there was no Usos, there
Nah,
was no Heyman. This is how it happened.
the big one in my house was Tyson Fury
Okay.
because Tyson and Drew have been back and forth on Twitter for the last 2-3 years.
Okay.
Little digs at each other, but it's like hey, digs. But there's still those little bants moments between the two. And then they made a point of showing Tyson Fury and Roman together in the
Shaking
locker
hands and
room,
stuff, yeah.
shaking hands. And that was very much, is Tyson Fury going to be the one to cost Drew?
Don't do it, John Stewart. Don't be
It's
John
like,
Stewart.
yeah, exactly. It was one of the moments where I was like, I didn't see Drew winning this. As much as I wanted him to,
Yeah.
there was no point where I thought Drew was going to walk away with the title. But as the match went on, there was moments where I went, they're going to surprise me. Drew, he's Drew. Nearly.
It's getting closer.
And they drag you in. I fucking love this. 4.5 stars.
You just going on that point. I didn't think Drew was going to win this. And then started, okay, it's getting a bit closer. He's kicking out of finishers. He's fully he's still on his feet during the guillotine, which, to be honest, that long into the match and he's still on his feet, like, holy shit, that's some strength. Like, he is a fucking unit of a human being. And the last time, like, this more, like, closer and closer and closer. The last time I watched a match and that happened was Shawn Michaels and Undertaker at 26, the retirement match. So that, to me, like, and that's one of my favorite matches of all time. So I fucking love this match. 5 stars. Fuck it, I'm going there. 5 stars. Groovy. I fucking like. There's 3 matches on this card. Go out your way to watch. In fact, go watch the show because if this is the quality we can get out of the company now, then holy shit, wrestling's in a good place. I'm happy.
You know what? As well, if you haven't watched it, do yourself a watch Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan first.
Yeah.
And watch the match for the match. Watch the match for the actual match because, like we've all said, like there was a lot taken away from that match because people were fucking dead.
Yeah.
After what they just watched, and that was still a good match.
Yeah, that would have been a really good opening match. But then the problem is, unless
who'd you put there, then
the 6 women's match, the trios match in that space, it'd have been the same problem. So unless you'd literally gone, but it's not a bad. This is one of the better cards I've seen in a very long time.
All round pay per view. This was good.
Yeah.
6 solid matches on the main card. One good pre-show match too. Still worth checking out for less than 10 minutes of your time. Our highest rated current / fan requested pay-per-view of all time. Clash at the Castle 2022 with an average of 3.19 stars.
Nice.
Solid.
And that was ironically how the rating of Edge's 619 was.
Very good,
Which
very
was
good.
not the rating for Tyson Fury singing.
Or his fucking punch on Fury because he clipped him.
Brilliant. He looked good from the angle.
To be fair, the second shot, because the first shot did not look good.
No.
The second angle shot they did, that looked nice. The first
Brilliant.
angle, you went,
It
you basically brushed his hair.
Yeah. Like a rat tail. Like, use his fist to cause him a haircut.
And that has been Clash at the Castle 2022. I suppose if you want us to cover any other current shit, including AEW, we'll give it a go.
I'll be up for that.
I've watched a bit of All Out this week, if I'm honest with you. I enjoyed the trios match. I'll move on. I've been Rob Campbell.
I have been your bastard, Craig Challoner.
Daniel, not shitting on that company, Cornfield.
To return some videotapes.